Anderson. Lane 4, Elena Gu, the junior from Winston Churchill. Lane 5, Aaron Doherty, the junior from Broadneck. Lane 6, Gail Anderson, the sophomore from Einstein. Lane 7, Rachel Hoban from Arundel. Lane 8, Emily Carilla, the freshman from South River. As they are underway for the final heat of the women's 500-yard freestyle. Again, we'll be taking a break for the awards ceremony at the conclusion of this race. When we come back from that, look forward to the men 200-yard freestyle relay. Got some good schools competing there for the men and the women. That'll be after the awards ceremony. We'll also recap your winners. And you'll get to watch the winners stand at the podium. All that coming up.
Looks like we have Madison Wechter here taking it out, the 100 here in lane 2 at a 57.95 with Elena Gu in second with the 58.92. And then Aaron Daughtry from Broadneck rounding out the top 3 there, 59.16. Things are going to be a little tighter in this heat. Looks like Madison's going to go into the 150 here, holding on to the lead with the 128.41, followed by Elena Gu and Aaron Daughtry, and then Leah Hubert in lane 1 in 4th place, with Gail Anderson in lane 6, holding on to 5th.
Things definitely close. Lanes 2, lanes 4, lanes 5, lane 6. All of them staying in it here.
Yeah, this is still early in the race, and I think we'll see lanes 4, 5, and 6 here tighten up here with Madison and make this definitely an interesting race to watch. Madison under 2 minutes at the 200, 159.23. Elena Gu at 2:00:20. Aaron Daughtry at 2:01.64. Gail Anderson now coming into 4th at 2:02.21. We should see some of these girls really begin to work here and tighten this up. Madison still in the lead. Going into the 250.
Halfway mark. As you mentioned, Madison still there first followed by Gu.
Gu and then Daughtry and Anderson. Looks like Madison Wechter is beginning to pick up a tempo just a little bit. Elena Gu is closing the gap just a touch. It's a good wall there from Elena Gu, and then you have Gail Anderson, I think, just ahead of Daughtry in lane 5. Madison's still in the lead here going into the 300. She's going to turn at the 3:01.36 with Elena Gu at 3:02.33. Gail Anderson coming in 3rd now at 3:04.32 with Daughtry in 4th at 3:04.54. Looks like Madison Wechter is beginning to swim just a little bit away from Elena Gu. Gail Anderson still in 3rd, and looks like Aaron Daughtry still in 4th. Going into the 350 here. It's going to be Wechter, lane 2 at the 3:32.09, and Elena Gu at 3:33.54. Gail Anderson with a 3:35.42, and Aaron Daughtry in 4th with a 3:36.01. Wechter's beginning to stretch it out just a little bit here, about a full body length. Gail Anderson still in 3rd, Elena Gu still in 2nd, Aaron Daughtry still in 4th. Madison Wechter's beginning to stretch it out just a little bit. So Wechter in 4:02 and Gu in 4:05. Really beginning to stretch it out.
Wechter coming in with a seat time of 5:13.61. The freshman trying to win a state title on the 500-yard freestyle.
Well, she's really picking up a tempo here. She's going to try to take it out this last 50 as fast as she can here. It's going to be Wechter, Gu, Anderson, and Daughtry, 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So Gail Anderson trying to make a move here on Elena Gu in 2nd place. And Aaron Daughtry working here really hard as well. But it's going to be Madison Wechter swimming away with this. About a body length and a half to 2 body lengths coming in to finish. She's going to be in the low 5s here. She's going to be 5:05.05 5:01.73. That's a fantastic swim for Madison Wechter. Elena Gu with the 5:06.38. Gail Anderson with the 5:08.32. That's a great swim for Gail as well. Erin Daughtry with the 5:10.20. That's a fantastic swim. And then Sophia Kuvan with the 5:14.36. A little bit off her seed time there, but the top three swims, definitely fantastic swims for those girls.
So Wechter, the freshman from Montgomery Blair, 5:01.73. She'll take heat number 3. There's Wechter in heat 3, Welch in heat 2, and Molly Anderson in heat 1. That does it for the women 500-yard freestyle. We'll step aside and come back with some award ceremony action. We'll also recap all your winners. You are watching the 2014 Class 4A/3A Swim and Diving State Championships right here on the MPSSAA Network. We'll be back. And again for heat number 3, Richard Montgomery is able to take it. For the women, in heat number 1, lane 1, North Point. Lane 2, Quince Orchard. Lane 3, Tuscarora. Lane 4, Springbrook. Lane 5, Watkins Mill. Lane 6, Einstein. Lane 7, Flowers. And lane 8, Gray Mills.
It's very close there at that first 25 between lanes 4, 5, and 6. Got lane 7 in the mix as well. Lane 3 also. Taking the lead at the 50 is going to be Springbrook with a 26.95 leadoff split. Watkins Mill in second. It's really tightening up here in the second leg. Looks like lane 6 is coming in here from Einstein, girls from Einstein. And it's going to be the girls from Quince Orchard in lane 2, followed by the girls in Einstein in lane 6. That's where things get a little exciting. Everything tightens up. Looks like lane 2, Quince Orchard was the first to turn there. Getting real tight. We got lane 7 making a move here from Flowers, representing Prince George's County. And now we have North Point, Quince Orchard, and Flowers. 1, 2, 3. This final leg's going to be really, really exciting. And it's going to be lane 1 that turns first, very closely by lanes 2 and 5. Flowers begins to fade just a little bit. Looks like the middle of the pool, we're going to see lane 4.
First to the wall.
Springbrook finishing 141.16. That can't be right. It has to be a 149 maybe, or 150. A little timing error on the board there, but in second place we have North Point with the 150 flat. And then in third, Watkins Mill with the 150.02. So that'd probably be a 149.16 there or something along those lines.
For heat number 2, In lane 1 will be Leonardtown. Lane 2, Northwest. Lane 3, Broadneck. Lane 4, South River. Lane 5, Sherwood. Lane 6, Annapolis. Lane 7, Bel Air. Lane 8, Blake.
Looks like we have lanes 3, 7, and 8 turning at the same time.
Number 2 of the women's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Looks like at the turn it was lane 5, Walt Whitman with the slight edge there.
Walt Whitman, last year's champions, at the time of 3:35.05.
It's going to be Walt Whitman, followed by Bethesda, Chevy Chase, and Severna Park. At the turn there, it's still going to be Whitman. Bethesda, Chevy Chase right behind them. And the Severna Park right in there as well. But it also looks like we have lane 2, South River, coming into the mix just a little bit. It's going to be Whitman, Bethesda, Chevy Chase, Severna Park, South River, Bel Air, Quince Orchard, Einstein, and then Eleanor Roosevelt. It's a good turn by the swimmer from Walt Whitman. Bethesda, Chevy Chase still in second. Severna Park still holding on to third right now. Swimmer from South River still in fourth. So Whitman first, Bethesda, Chevy Chase moving into second, Severna Park third, South River fourth, fifth Quince Orchard, Bel Air sixth, Einstein seventh, and Eleanor Roosevelt still holding on to eighth position. And we see it tighten up here a little bit between our first and second place teams. Bethesda, Chevy Chase making a move here on Walt Whitman.
They make the transition to the third swimmer.
And they're pretty much almost right on each other, with Bethesda, Chevy Chase taking a slight edge there. 154.35, Walt Whitman 154.52. Severna Park still holding on to third, 157.61. And fourth place still South River, 158.95. The two girls here from Bethesda, Chevy Chase and Walt Whitman look like they're going to put on a little show for us. Definitely make it interesting. It's going to be Bethesda, Chevy Chase and Walt Whitman, Severna Park. Quince Orchard moving into fourth, South River falling to fifth. Looks like Bethesda, Chevy Chase still has a slight edge coming into the turn. Coming out of the turn, they're pretty much right there with each other. Going into our final leg here. Still South River, it's still going to be Bethesda, Chevy Chase, Whitman, Severna Park. And it looks like Quince Orchard just slightly ahead of South River. So Bethesda, Chevy Chase 251.74, Whitman 253.36, Severna Park 255.55, and Quince Orchard 258.60, and South River 258.72. Bethesda, Chevy Chase beginning to extend the lead here just a little bit. Walt Whitman making a move, coming into the turn. And we still have Bethesda, Chevy Chase, Walt Whitman, Severna Park, Quince Orchard, South River. Bel Air moves into sixth. South Einstein into seventh. And Eleanor Roosevelt holding on to eighth position.
Walt Whitman, a nice job coming off the wall, but Bethesda, Chevy Chase holding on to the slight lead.
And it's going to be Bethesda, Chevy Chase holding on to the win there. With a 3:49.35 final time. Walt Whitman 3:49.91. Severna Park 3:53.15. Quince Orchard 3:55.01. South River 3:55.96. Bel Air 3:59.93. Einstein 4:01.94. And Eleanor Roosevelt with a 4:08.37.
There's a look at the scoreboard there of the heat number 2. Your finals. We have one final heat for you in the last event of the 3A, 4A.
Hey, Gail, that was great. We so enjoyed watching you and making this video for you. You make us so proud. Congratulations. Can't imagine swimming like you do.